Hello everyone and welcome to the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium for the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations. It's been an era where everything came to a halt, including all sporting activities, and finally, after twists and turns, the Hockey Africa Cup of Nations finally gets underway in the year 2022. What a way to start the year. It is a competition that propels the winner to the FIH Hockey World Cup in Bhubaneswar, India 2023. That's for the men's category, and also the women will head to Spain and Holland in 2022. This is a gathering of hockey greats and superstars on the continent at one venue, and that is the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium inside Accra, Ghana, West Africa. For the next 7 days, the focus will be here in Accra, Ghana, as 8 countries battle it out for supremacy, as well as the sole ticket to represent the continent at the global stage. My name is Wiseman William Aite, and I've been joined by my friend
Charles Kobe Asante. What a way to start the year 2022. International hockey has been away for a while. We've missed it, and there's no better way to usher in the international hockey down with the ACN. Countries coming from all over Africa coming together to fight for supremacy and for the sole spot in the Hockey World Cup. I'm looking forward to a fantastic 7 days ahead of me, and I think we are looking to see what the other countries are going to bring here.
Okay, so we are anticipating nothing but the best of hockey when it comes to continental showpiece. And there you have the teams line up, and our umpires make their way onto the field. You have Swanepoel Jonelka from South Africa and Sampu Ebitimi from Nigeria, and there you have the teams come onto the field. It's been long since we saw hockey on the continent, and there we have it here. It is Uganda up against Namibia. It is our first game of the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, Accra, Ghana. So teams line up there, and everything is at stake, everything to be played for.
South Africa, and we have
these teams are being motivated by the fact that a win here can increase or boost their chances for the 2022 World Cup. We'll talk more about the game, but at this moment we take a listen to the national anthem, starting with that of Uganda.
And now Namibia.
there we have the anthems for both Namibia and Uganda. What a game we are anticipating here from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. Exchange of pleasantries from both teams there. So Namibia and Uganda facing each other for the very first time at the Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, because this is Uganda's first time of appearing at this tournament. So there you have a confirmation of teams that are playing this very morning. But Namibia, on the other hand, have appeared. This is their fourth appearance at the Continental Showpiece. Their best ever placed position was in 1990 when they placed second. The last time they appeared was in 2005. So there you have it. It's been a long break away from the Continental Showpiece, but here they come to see if they can remake history and grab the name they made for themselves in the early 90s and 2000s. So our umpire on the screen, Ebitimi Sampu, and also Sampuel Jonelka from South Africa.
Both teams are considered to be the underdogs in this competition. But then from a Namibian point of view, I think they will expect to come away with a win in this game because they have had more experience in this competition. This is the first time for the Ugandan side, and I think that the Namibians expect to win this game.
Okay, so more being expected here from the Namibians. Quite a number of them making their first time appearance, first ever cap for the likes of skipper Ludwig Ewiandri, spotted in the 23 shirts, and also for Uganda, most of them are making their first appearance, including skipper Azum Nora, 7-shirted. Uganda spotted in the red jersey and black shorts with yellow socks, and Namibia going for the all blue. So Namibia gets us underway, playing from right to left. So it's the Namibians with the opportunity here. Van Rooyen Juan almost getting her way into the scoring circle. But the advantage to Uganda. Gives away possession, hassle for the ball. So it's early days here, and I think both teams are very wary and cautious.
Yes, usually with the first game of every competition, every team is cautious. Nobody wants to be the first to give away the goal. Everybody wants to assert their dominance. But then it's early days. We are just a few minutes into the game, so let's see what the rest of the game has to offer.
So the Namibians boast of players like Smith Maxine in post for them, the 30-year-old goalkeeper with vast of experience. She'll be the one that they'll be depending on when it comes to making the saves and ensuring that Uganda have nothing written on the scoreboard. Skipper Ludwig Wiandri, Maibek Taramari, 19-shirted, Van Rooyen Karien 13, and Van Rooyen Juan. All these experienced players will all be called to bear for the Namibians, and the Ugandans themselves have Nakajumba Lamula, Nasiwa Margaret, Sumi Doreen, Saints 1. Possession still with the Namibians. But Azaru Winnie tests the ball to the advantage of the Ugandans. So are we seeing the slow nature of this game as a result of it being the first game or the opening game? So teams are not really they don't really know themselves, so they are playing a bit cautious here.
Yes, exactly. Both teams are trying to see what the other has to offer. They are slowly poking at each other trying to put passes together and trying to get a rhythm to their game. But then as the game goes on, definitely as the teams get calmer and as they find out they find their foot in the game, you start to realize that the tempo of the game will rise.
So Luis Ina making the first circle penetration for Namibia, but that particular chance there, not so much of a scare for the Ugandans, and Namibia from the right flank goes past Hemaka, dribbles, hangs onto the ball. Sends one into the scoring circle of the Ugandans, but Yompa to the rescue for Uganda. Muba cancel it. So a free hit to Uganda. Great play there from Uganda. But Ludwig regains possession for Namibia. Great play from Muba Consulate, but she keeps away possession. And here the Namibians come from the right hand side actually, with Vessels Sile, but a great defending there from Anyango Tiopesta. So it's still early hours here in Accra, Ghana. It's 8 minutes past 7, so we're expecting a number of spectators trooping in as the matches unfold. We've done 6 minutes into the first quarter of our first game for the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, and it's Byron here. Quite a number of changes there from the Namibians. I think Coach Gillis Melissa trying to bring on fresh legs to see if she can get the opener.
Yes, she's trying her best to keep the game fresh, keep the tempo high. As you've noticed, she's even started with a back three and 4 in the middle and 3 at the top. So you know that she wants numbers in the middle and numbers at the top so that she can have control of the game. Though it makes her a little vulnerable at the back, but I think it will pay out for her later in the game.
Alright, so Uganda gets the first penalty corner of the match and also the first penalty corner for the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations. So it's Uganda great injection, stops the ball, heads into the scoring circle. There's a hassle for the ball still with Uganda, sends it on one. And ball almost finding its way into the goalpost. That was an opportunity for Uganda to go up front. And then you see from the reverse angle, how on earth did that not enter?
I'm surprised Muba was not able to put that in because she was almost like 3 yards from the goal, and I believe that it was more difficult to miss the goal than to actually score. So I'm really surprised. However, it's early days anyway, so I believe that they'll get more chances, and hopefully they'll probably take those chances.
But don't you think defensively, I think Namibia were caught off guard there, allowing Muba Consulate all the time to ensure that she gets the ball, controls the ball, but just that she didn't get a shot on target.
Yes, there are already a few ladies down because it was from a penalty corner, so they have just 4 ladies in to the 7 ladies of the Ugandans. So I believe that we will overcome the numbers wise.
So both teams are still looking for that opener here at the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. But it's the Ugandans that are showing early glimpses of the if there's anyone or if there's any team to get the opener, then I think it will be there, because they had a penalty corner, but that particular episode, that's now Namibia gets into the scoring second, sends one. Great save from the goalkeeper. Call to duty, and Jeremiah Sylvia ensures that she gets that ball spot on, but it's still with the Namibians. So there you see instructions coming all the way from the Ugandan bench from Richichi Francesco, the coach of the Uganda female hockey team, issuing instructions to his ladies. So anxious and eager to get the opener. If you find yourself in the same pool with the likes of South Africa and Zimbabwe, then I think it's very prudent if you get the first win in a game like this. But then she comes 8-shirted Akelo Laki, and the umpire gives a free hit to Namibia, quickly taken. Still hangs on to the ball, drives one into the scoring circle, and yet again Muba Console to the rescue, but gives away possession. Namibia still with the ball, the Namibians. Ball still within the 23 of the Ugandans, and still with the Namibians from the right hand side. Drives one, gets into the scoring circle, goalkeeper steps out again, and this time the ball rolls back line. So it's Mbadazi Dorin. So the Ugandans, after a very slow start rather to this particular game, are gathered getting their foot back into the game and dominating pace now.
Yes, I think they've realized that they can go toe to toe with the Namibians. I think initially there was a little fear, sometimes we call it respect for the opponent. But then I feel like they believe that they can get something out of this game. And they having the first chance of the game also played a big part to them having the confidence to actually attack the Namibian circle now.
So the Ugandans, cool and calm, exchanging passes, and they still get the advantage. Muba consolates. Oh, but great play there from the skipper of the Namibians, Ludwig. Ball still with the Namibians inside their area. Great display of defending there. But the advantage, free hit to the Ugandans, and quickly taken by Akelo Laki. So you have from the reverse angle. But decision has been changed, so it's the Namibians who get the advantage from the free hit. Gives away possession. 12 minutes done inside this particular game. There's the first quarter of the first game of the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, and it's Namibia up against Uganda. Coming to you live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium inside Accra, Ghana. Azum Nora, skipper for Uganda, gives away possession, retrieves possession. This time around, it is Vessels Sail for Namibia, but she gives away the ball and confronted by 3 players from Namibia. But Azum Dorin, that was a very peculiar task for her there, and we're still awaiting the opener. Drives one. Controls the ball well. That is Namibia from the right hand side. Confronted by a defender, sends the ball into the scoring second opportunity for them. Goalkeeper save. The rebound. And there was nobody there for the connection. Goes down. Ball still within the 23 of the Ugandans, heads into the scoring circle. Great defending from skipper Azum Nora.
Azum Nora is really doing well for the Ugandan side. You can see that her skill level is quite above the other girls. I think that most of the players will be going through her today, because just look at this instance. If the Namibian player was quite close, I think she would have given away but then you realize the calmness from Azum when she had the ball, able to eliminate a few Namibian players and take the ball forward.
So Uganda in possession here as we approach the final seconds of this particular quarter. Gets the ball to Joy. Hangs onto the ball, confronted by a defender. Joy still with the ball, possession for Uganda. And she gets the free heads. So they are gradually finding their fit into this particular game, making their first ever appearance at the Cup of Nations, and so far so good for them. An opportunity for Uganda, gets into the scoring circle, goes for the reverse hit. The goalkeeper saves. Retrieves possession. There you have it from the reverse angle. Goalkeeper, I think she was spot on at the right place when needed. So, Kobe, in the last 5 minutes, so there you have the end of the first quarter. 50 minutes played here at the Theodosia Okoh Hockey Stadium, and it's still barren between Uganda and Namibia. 5 minutes into 5 minutes to the end of the first quarter, it looks like Uganda making as many as 5 circle penetrations. Do you think that should be a worry for Coach Jelis Melissa of Namibia?
Yes, I think she will have to talk to her players, because they've had the lion's share of possession, but it seems that they are not very effective when they have the ball, when they get into the scoring circle. It seems that the ideas kind of leave them. And then the Ugandans have actually had the better chances. And I think they should have been a goal up. And I think Coach Richichi Francesco will be happy with the side, how they performed.
Okay, so Coach Richichi Francesco will be happy for this performance from the Ugandans. Their debutants actually in this particular competition, facing the Namibia side that was last seen on the continental stage in the year 2005. But they have some good records there. They placed second in 1990, they placed third in 94, and in their final appearance till today, they placed third in 2005. So there you have the coaches having a word or two with their players as they get ready for the second quarter. Kobe Asante, what should we expect from both teams in the second quarter?
I think the Ugandan side will actually try to get the first goal, since they have had the better chances in the first quarter. And I think the Namibian side will rather try to get a grip on the game and assert their dominance, because they've had a lion's share of possession. And I think that when they get into the scoring circle, they should be able to make better use of their chances.
Let's talk about the midfield battle between Maibek Ramari, Schumann Vanessa, that is for Namibia, and for the Ugandans, looks like Akelo Laki and Imbadazi Doreen. How do you see this midfield battle panning out so far?
I think that as of now, it's a 50-50 issue. Most of the balls are going down the lines, so we've not really gotten to see them use the midfield really. But in the second quarter, I think most of the balls start to go down the middle. Now that they've realized that Azum Nora is more comfortable, but I think the Ugandans will try to go in, start the attacks through Azum, and I think the Namibians will have to be very wary of that.
So talking about the Namibians being wary, they give away a free hit, and it's Muba Consulates who's seen most of the balls for the Ugandan side. Gets the ball away from the area. So second quarter here at the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium for our first game of the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, the women's category, and a great run from Akelo Lucky, but they retrieve possession at Uganda. Teopesta wins the free hit. Hot chase after the ball, and both players couldn't outwit the pace of the ball on that particular occasion. But here the Ugandans come again, continuing where they stopped in the first quarter. Lucky from the right hand side heads into the scoring circle. Lucky on that occasion.
And I think as the game goes on, I think the stamina of the ladies will be really tested, because right now in Ghana, the season we are in is very humid. And so that will affect most of the ladies towards the latter parts of the game. So I'm hoping to see how the girls will fare when the going gets tough.
So she's been a pillar in defense for Uganda, Consolate Muba. There you have a Muba Consolate on our screen. Seen all balls for the Ugandan side, and here they come again, Uganda. Oh, great turn from Lucky, hangs on to the ball, still with possession. Gets the ball into the scoring circle. But the advantage to Namibia, Hansel operator to restart for them. So we see from the reverse angle. Namibia. Yet again, the defense of Uganda to the rescue for this Ugandan side. Namibia intends to send the ball into the scoring circle, but the target not found on that occasion. So it's Consolate Muba. Kobe, talk about Muba Consolate. She's everywhere. She's in midfield, she's in defense, she's in the scoring circle of the Namibians. Like, how important is Muba Consolate to this Ugandan side?
I think she's playing a really big part. She seems to be like a pillar in all positions. It seems like the coach has given her the free role. She has the freedom to express herself in attack, in midfield, and she's helping very well defensively. So I think the Ugandan side are very, very, very lucky to have such a wonderful talent in that team, a versatile talent in that team.
Namibia, Kotza. Kotza Kathleen, 16-year-old, making her debut for the Namibian side. Talking of debutants, quite a number of players making their debut at this particular competition. Captain Ludwig Viandri, all debutants. So ball still with Uganda and Consolate Muba. Intends to send the ball with the Namibians now. played 4 minutes, approaching the 5th minute inside the second quarter. And we are yet to see the opener in this opening game of the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, coming live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium. Lucky looking for joy on that occasion, but the Namibians with possession now. Biandi, skipper, finds, sends the ball into the scoring circle, and they get their share of the penalty corner. First penalty corner for Namibia.
The Namibians are getting their first penalty corner with probably their second circle penetration. Let's hope that they are able to make use of this penalty corner, because it seems that their chance creation in the second quarter has been very low. So hopefully we'll be able to make something out of this penalty corner.
Okay, so penalty corner number 1 for Namibia. Caitlin Kwadza to inject the ball. The halters are ready. Injects the ball, perfection, halts the ball, goes for a drive at goal. Ball still within the circle of Uganda, but finally the defenders gets the ball away from the scoring circle. So Uganda escaped that scare from Namibia, and here they come with Lucky, Akelo Lucky. Great play from Lucky, sends one into the scoring circle. So there you see great play from Lucky Akelo. The intention to get the ball into the circle to find Doreen Atsungwe. Not working to expectation, but they still have the ball. The umpire allows play continue. It's Namibia.
The Namibian side are finding it difficult to put 2 or 3 passes together, and we all know that that's important for you to have a rhythm to the game. If you're unable to put some passes together, then it seems that you're unable to dominate when it comes to possession. After a few passes, then they lose the ball. And issues like that, I don't think it will help the Namibian side. So I think Coach Melissa would have to retreat to her girls that they need to be able to put at least a few passes in together in order to have control of the game.
So Coach Melissa Gillis have a word or two with the women from Namibia. After that, here they come, Namibia. Goalkeeper steps out to prevent that ball from causing any harm or danger, and consolates Muba once again. So that pass was for Ruth Charlies. She couldn't get to the end of that pass, but it's still with Namibia. This time they come from the left. Great play. Excellent defending. Retrieves the ball. So table standing here as Namibia mounts pressure on the Uganda vessels. Looking for connection inside the circle. I don't know what she was expecting actually from that particular head into the circle. So there you have it, vessel seal. And that ball eluding everyone, including the goalpost. rolling back line. So I think we'll have a moment of injury concern here for the Namibians as Luis Ina moves off the field of play after a bit of collision. There you have it. There you have it on your screens, colliding with Azum Nora, skipper for the Ugandans, and she's moved off the field of play. Great spin from the Ugandans. Azum Dorin, fast break from the Ugandans. That yet again, the final third, the ball getting to the final third becomes a bit of problem for these two sides. So you have on your screen Luis Ina, an injury concern for the Namibians as she's been attended to by the ever capable medic team. So ball still with the Namibians. Consolate wins the ball exceptionally for Uganda. Kelo Lucky. So you have Lucky Akelo on our screens earlier. And Silly Vessels are limping. Another bit of a injury worry for the Namibians, but as she continues, consolates. Muba, a miss hit from Muba, and it's Namibia coming from the right hand side with Vessels. Wins possession for Namibia. Vessels silly. Player goes down, play continues, but the umpire gives the advantage to Namibia, so they win a free hit just within the 23 of the Ugandans. Drives one, stopped right on top of the circle, and it's Uganda. Doreen was looking for Lucky on that occasion. "27 minutes done inside this particular game. And it's still barren. We await the opener from any of these sides. Namibia. Free hit advantage to Uganda, and it's Alaru. Doreen finds Joy. Joy. Great turn from Joy, hands on to the ball, still ball with Joy. And she fails to get her ball into the circle for any of her teammates. They're ready to connect. And it's Namibia still finding it difficult to get the ball away from their area. And this time around, Onyango heads to the scoring circle. And a misplaced pass. Problems for them. So Anyango was a great drive, beg your pardon, from Anyango, but her final pass not to perfection there. So Namibia get a free hit from the sidelines.
It seems like the decision making of both teams in the final third is letting them down. You realize that they build up beautifully from the back and move up, but when they get into the scoring zone, it seems like their final decision lets them down. I think that they will have to start making better decisions in order to get a goal from
So
all
talking
they
of
to do when they are building up.
better decisions, I hope this one goes to plan. And yet again, goalkeeper Girama Sylvia coming, stepping out to the rescue. 16 years, no. That's Girama Sylvia, goalkeeper for Uganda, 22 years of age, making her first ever appearance for the Ugandan national team.
Well, in her first appearance, she's giving a good account of herself. She has saved the girls when she's called to action, and I think that it will do very well for her confidence and for the confidence of the team in front of her. When you know that you have a solid goalkeeper behind you, it gives you the freedom to express yourself better when you're playing the game.
Oh, great exchange of passes from the Ugandans, and there you have the hooter signaling the end of the second quarter, and it's the end of the first half. 30 minutes played here at the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium, and it's still barren between Namibia and Uganda.
So it's half time and it's pause.
Yes, it's been like a slow first half for both teams. I think even though they'll be happy with their performance, I think for the neutral and for those watching, I think we'll feel like it's been a slow first half. Hopefully in the second half there'll be some more a higher tempo to the game, because you know that hockey fans love goals, and the more the goals, the better for us.
So we take a look at highlights of the first half. So that occasion, so you see that drive from Anyango Teopesta. So most of the balls finding its way into the scoring circle of the Namibians, and there you have goalkeeper Sylvia stepping out to make that important save for the Ugandans. And that was the moment Louise Ina had to walk off the field after a collision with Azaro Winnie. So yet again, you have it, the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium, some principal streets of Accra, and some corporate offices there. So the city noted for its historical background when it comes to the venue where Ghana gained its independence. That is the Independence Square. I think so. Yeah, the Black Star Square actually. Also located here. So there you have the third quarter gets underway, and it's Namibia playing now from left to right, and Uganda actually playing from left to right, and Namibia from right to left.
I think the coaches during their halftime team talk will tell their players how important it is to get the first 3 points in your first game. It always gives you confidence to go on to win the next games. You know that when you lose the first game, you're already handicapped. And I think the coaches would have told the girls that they should start to make better use of their chances that they create in the second half of the game.
So talking about the importance or the essence of winning this particular encounter from both teams, and Namibia and Uganda are in Pool A of the Women's Africa Hockey Cup, and they're in the same pool with defending champions and record holders South Africa, as well as Zimbabwe. So this is a must-win for both sides. And the coaches, Gilles Melissa of Namibia and Erichichi Francesco, also know same, and I believe the players are also aware of how important it is to grab a win in this particular game. But it's still barren after 2 minutes inside the third quarter, and gives away possession a Uganda joy. Intended pass being intercepted, and it's Namibia who comes from the right hand side, and she goes down. Uganda consolidates Muba. An important figure for the Ugandans, Muba consolidates. And I think they will depend so much on her and the likes of Sylvia Jeremiah, the goalkeeper, Lucky Akelo, Nora Azum, the skipper, and Azum Dorin with possession now. It's Namibia who regains possession and consolidates Muba. Sends one into the scoring circle, and no one to connect that particular one from Muba Consolate.
The Consolate has started the third quarter very well. You've already seen her on the ball like 2 or 3 times. And if you notice, Doreen is very, very skillful when she has the ball at her stake. And I think that most of the penalty corners they win from this game will surely come from her.
So there you see that slap pass from Consolate Muba. Finding its way into the skate circle, but no Ugandan player to connect that particular ball. Here they come. Goes for the reverse hits. And almost getting the opener for Uganda. Great control, but the ball moving faster than she expected. Advantage still with Uganda. And Smith, Maxi, 30-year-old goalkeeper with all the experience, certainly not going to allow that ball beat her on that occasion.
The Ugandans have started the third quarter very strong, and I think the Namibians will have to be able to weather this spell in order to have any form of say in this game.
I think the game started with Namibia gaining control in the first quarter. Getting to the end of the first quarter, Uganda came back to control the pace. Then in the second quarter, before we went for the break, it was Namibia. So it looks like Namibia does it, Uganda come, Namibia. Is that what we are going to see in this quarter and also in the final quarter?
It seems like for the first 4 minutes of this quarter, the Ugandans have it. And the way I see the game going, I think that the Ugandans will actually end up having the opener of this competition. The Namibians will really have to get themselves together and have control of this game, or I think they'll find themselves on the losing side.
So earlier we saw a section of players for the Uganda male hockey team, and of course they are here to cheer and cheer their girls on to victory. They'll also be in action later today, but now the focus is on the women as they lock horns with Namibia. It is barren yet to witness the opener in this particular encounter. It is the 2022 Hockey Women's Africa Cup of Nations, live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium inside Accra, Ghana. Winnie. And Doreen Imbadazi. She was the target on that particular occasion, but ball hit at her foot, so the free hit to Namibia. So Kobe, looking at the performance of the Namibians so far inside this game, are we going to see them bring back the heydays in the 90s when they placed second, in 93 when they placed third, in 98, and when they placed another third, they placed third again in 2005. When you see their performance so far, are we going to see them bring back those glory days?
For now, you can see them struggling against a new Ugandan side, and I think with the likes of the Ghanaians and the South Africans in this competition, I think they will find it difficult to actually repeat what the feats they were able to achieve in the previous competitions. But then it's early days, so you never know what happens as the competition goes on.
So it's Uganda mounting pressure on the Namibians. And MBTV sample, the umpire on our screen, telling both teams to calm their nerves. There you have Swamper Jonelka from South Africa and Uganda Sends one, finds Lamula. Namibia regain possession. Lamula gets the ball back from the Namibians, and it's Uganda sends the ball into the circle. They're trying to get the ball away, and this time they do it so well, and they come from the left-hand side. The Namibians, she hangs on to the ball, and the umpire gives the free heads to Uganda. So that was a great steal there from Kagari Aisha. Gets the ball into the scoring, second opportunity for them. Schumann, Vanessa. It was a 3v1 situation there. You have it from the reverse angle. I thought a pass would have made everything.
Like I was saying, the decision making when they get into the scoring circle is letting them down. She had two of her teammates, one at the back post and one on the penalty spot, just waiting for her to just give a pass to make an easier goal. But then, unfortunately, she made the wrong decision. So
Kotza Kathleen had a race. Charlie's all waiting for her to send a pass into their path, so they get that connection. But she intended to go solo, to go for glory personally, and that ball, not too much of a worry for goalkeeper Sylvia. So another injury concern, and this time around it is the opposite side. That is the Ugandans who have a player down, being attended to by the medic team. So you have a section of the Ugandans. This is their male hockey team, a section of players cheering their ladies on. How nice and wonderful that particular scene is.
Yes, in a foreign country, any form of cheering or any form of support is accepted by the away team, and I think that when they're actually later in the day, I'm sure they will expect their ladies to also cheer them on and see if they can make something in their game.
So Asumui Doreen as the player on the turf, and then the ball straight into her face. I hope Coach Francesco Riccici will be praying that as Asumui Doreen can continue playing, because she's been so phenomenal for the Ugandan side. And here the Namibians come. Intends to go past to Uganda. Muba consolates. Being asked to bring the ball to the right spot, and they restart quickly, this time from the left hand side. A great piece of defending, hangs onto the ball. A great step, a work and ball control, but a final touch, a roll inside line, and it's Namibia now trying to effect a change. And Samedo Tisha comes on, so you see Asumui Doreen and a bit of pain there. She's done it all. She's done so well for the Ugandans, seeing the ball on so many occasions, and she's been very instrumental for them in midfield. So Coach Riccici will be hoping she moves back onto the field of play and completes what she started. But it stands now, they have to defend, and it's the Namibians who come heads into the scoring circle. Opportunity for Namibia. Great defending, ball still within the scoring circle, and this time around it is a penalty corner for Namibia.
Great work from
Penalty corner in favor of Namibia.
Kruger Yanzwa for the Namibians, driving into the D and making a quick turn. It's unfortunate that her final shot, she was not able to connect with her final shot, but it was beautiful defending from Consolate there. Even though she gave away the penalty corner, she stopped a certain goal.
So you see from the reverse angle, the umpire spot on. So it's penalty corner to Namibia. The second penalty corner. So this is the third penalty corner in this game, and we are yet to see the opener. Are we going to see that? You can see this. Eject. Goes for a drag flag. And when they get the drag flag on point, they surely will get a goal. And there you have Namibia gets the opener. Finally, the deadlock has been broken.
It's quite unfortunate, even though it's a fantastic goal for the Namibians. From a Ugandan point of view, I'm sure they'll be very disappointed to concede this goal because they have been on the high in the third quarter, and you always know that giving away a penalty corner is sure almost a certain goal, and you have to be able to defend the penalty corner. I think the charging of the Ugandans was quite slow, giving the flicker so much time to pick a spot, and when she picked a spot, she buried it fantastic.
So when the ejection is on point, when the hotels get everything right, and the final delivery is spectacular, you expect nothing other than a goal. So Namibia finally breaking the deadlock. Goal scored by Kotzi Anthea inside the 12th minutes of the third quarter. So the Ugandans, after playing so well in this particular quarter, I think they've done tremendously well. The Ugandans, you take nothing from them. Aside they going down to the Namibians, they've done well.
Yes, they've done very well. They'll be disappointed to concede this goal, but then I think that if they continue playing the way they are, I'm sure they'll be able to get an equalizer and maybe go ahead and get a win. But then if they continue to give away penalty corners, we've now seen how deadly the Namibians are from the penalty corners. So the Ugandans will have to be wary and have to make sure that they do not give away so many penalty corners to the Namibians.
So talking of being wary, skipper Azum Nora gives away possession, and it's Namibia. A bit of confidence being injected into them after going up front, and Uganda regain possession. Mura consolate. Finds Joy. Can she bring joy and smiles to the faces of the Ugandans who started this game rather on a very good note? But as it stands now, they are down. Kotzi, a brilliant penalty corner converted by Kotzi Anthea inside the 42nd minute. So it's Uganda, and they come yet again. They give away possession. So Namibia will fast break the goal scorer Anthea. Great interception, Namibia. Anthea hangs on to the ball. Kotzi Anthea sends one to wins the ball. Can they make this a second goal? Yes. And they get the second goal. She scored the first, and this time she is the provider, Kotzi Anthea. And it's Brickman Sasha who gets the second goal for Namibia.
Yes, the Ugandan defense, the orchestrators of their own downfall. Hanging on too long to the ball, giving it away in a dangerous position. They are sure to be punished. And with the talent the Namibian side possesses, I think it was impossible for her to make this goal.
So they've done everything, they did everything, they played so very well. But it's unfortunate they concede the second goal of this game. So it's 44 minutes played inside this particular contest, and it's Namibia up by 2 goals. Goal scored by Anthea inside the 42nd minute, gets a penalty corner, and Brickman Sasha getting the second, a field goal. So Namibia up by 2 goals, and at this time the Ugandans will have to score 2 in order to restore parity. That is Uganda, and it's Lucky and Kello Lucky who have been a bit quiet inside this particular quarter. Lucky and Kello. And still Uganda. Play continues. And Namibia win possession. Charlize Ritz. So the umpire asking Kruger to send the ball back to the right spot, and Alaro on the screen was done so well for Uganda inside defense, but it's so unfortunate that she's conceded 2 goals. Alaro gives away possession, free hit on the sidelines quickly. Takes it quickly, but the ball rolling back line, and it's a free hit to Uganda, who trail by 2 goals to nothing.
Yes, conceding 2 goals in quick succession in that manner always brings down the spirit of the girls, considering the fact that they've put in so much effort into trying to get the 3 points in this game, and the score line doesn't tell the whole story of the game, the way the game has gone in. It's quite unfortunate for the Ugandans, but then they still have time to get 1 or 2 goals, but either they can make it a draw or actually surprise us and get the win.
So talking of surprises, and it's Lucky gets into the scoring circle. Lucky still hangs on to the ball, and Akelo Lucky wins a penalty corner for Uganda. She started the 3rd quarter very, very quiet, but as she gradually gets her feet into the game, you expect danger from Lucky Akelo. So you see from the reverse angle, great play from Lucky. Oh, great display there. And finally winning a penalty corner for her side. And this time it's Namibia who have to defend. 2 penalty corners apiece. Namibia scoring 1. And the Uganda with their 2nd penalty corner. Let's see if they can make this count. Ejects the ball, stops, goes for hits, stop right in front of the goalkeeper. Excellent defending, but gives away possession. Ball still with Uganda, heads into the scoring circle again. Confronted by 3 Namibians, and finally they get the ball away from their area. And here they come with Maibek Taramari. Taramari heads into the scoring circle, goalkeeper steps, still with the ball. And it's a penalty corner to Namibia. Okay, so there you see the goalkeeper impeding Taramari on that occasion.
She had no choice but to give away that penalty corner, but I think she could have channeled the attacker and moved her either to the left or to the right, but I think she panicked a bit and she had made a rash challenge and she has given away a penalty corner.
So the goalkeeper being shown a card, and the player will take her place. So a skipper, Azum Nora, who makes her way to serve that particular ban. At least 5 minutes off the field of play. But it's Uganda who are down by 2 goals, down by a player, and this time around they have to defend a penalty corner. Quickly ejects the ball, goes for a drive this time around. And there you have the Hooter going for the end of the 3rd quarter. 45 minutes played here inside this particular contest, and it's Namibia who are up by 2 goals to nothing. Goal scored by Anthea Katsi, a penalty corner, and Brickman Sasha getting the 2nd of the game. Coach Richichi Francesco and his ladies having the final word before they come onto the field for the final quarter. Probably 3 quarters, 45 minutes. Uganda starting the 3rd quarter very well, doing so well, but eventually, unfortunately, going down by 2 goals to nothing.
Oh yes, the Namibians were able to weather the storm. The pressure that the Ugandans were putting on them in the early stages of the 3rd quarter, they were able to soak the pressure in the end from the penalty corner. They were able to get the 1st goal. And when they got the 1st goal, it gave them the test to go on ahead and then give them the confidence to push for the second, and then they were able to get the second goal. But then from a Ugandan point of view, I'm sure they'll be quite disappointed that they conceded 2 goals at that stage of the game.
So there you have highlights of the third quarter, and it was not Uganda who started very well, dictating pace, dominating, having most of the balls. But this is where it started when Kotzi Ketlin had that opportunity to play a pass into the path of Charlize, and they had this penalty corner and great drag flick from Anthea Kotzi. Everything was on point, and this one giving them the second goal from a Brickman Sasha. The goalkeeper had nothing to do. There you see.
Yes, and I think with the penalty corner, the Ugandan goalkeeper was caught ball watching, because she ended up moving to the side where the lady taking courage was. So in the end, she gave away a lot of space on her right hand side, which allowed Anthea to put the ball in.
Okay, so 15 minutes more to play. 15 minutes for Uganda to score 2 and restore parity. 15 minutes for Namibia to ensure that they keep a clean sheet and grab the first 3 points of the 2022 Hockey Africa Cup of Nations, live from the Theodosia Oko Hockey Stadium, Accra, Ghana. And it's Namibia who have possession, ball into the circle. The ball still in play, and she finally gets the ball, but the defender will have nothing to do with that. Slams the ball away from her area, and ball still with Namibia this time around. It's Kruger, Janswak Kruger, ball into the circle. Namibia, can they find the third goal? And unfortunately, that pass rolling back line.
You realize that Namibians have started the final quarter very strong. That's because they have a 2-goal cushion, and I think they want to get a third goal to put the game to bed in order to put it beyond any doubt whether they are going to get the 3 points.
So Namibia will look to get and grab the third goal, and this time around the goalkeeper gets it right. Jeremia Sylvia, she may have conceded 2, but her performance today has been on top notch.
Yes, that's very good. She was very alert to the danger, quick off her line to snuff out any form of danger.
So she ensures that the 2-goal deficit stays and remains. Consolidates. Muba hangs on to the ball. Muba consolidates. Gives away possession.